Hello and welcome to the final round of the 30th Annual Texas State Disc Golf Championship hosted by the Houston Flying Disc Society, Gorilla Disc Golf, and HDG. I want to thank our broadcast sponsors, Gorilla Disc Golf, Image 360, San Antonio West, Tree Love Disc Golf, the Lucky Ace Podcast, and the Summit Insurance. I am AJ along with my partner, Mr. Darren Young. What's going on, man?
Man, it's been a fun tournament so far. I'm excited to get back to Brock Gold and see a couple new faces. First off, we got Clay Edwards out of North Carolina. He's Castoplast sponsored, and he's just a consistent player. He doesn't make any mistakes, and it's going to be fun to watch him play on this more open course compared to, he shot the 12 under round at Texas Army Trail. So excited to see him play the more open course at Brock Gold. And also, Charlie Moore back on the card after a pretty solid round at Texas Army Trail, and tied at the top. So we'll see how he attacks. He did lead the tournament after first round at Brock Gold, so let's see if we can continue that momentum going into the last round and take down the tournament. And then also we got Jakub Knápek from the Czech Republic. Dude has got a bomber forehand, and I'm excited to see him attack this course. Finally, we got Andrew Zinck. He's out of Houston. He's a local. He's been playing for the last 5 years or so, and has only seen improvement in his rating over time. So excited to see him. And this is also the first time he's ever been on coverage, so it's going to be fun to see how he deals with the pressure. Let's go ahead and take a look at hole number 1. We saw it in the first round. Again, this tree on the left is the tree they're trying to miss. Some guy's going to go flex backhand, some guy's going to go hyzer, maybe some forehands. But really this tee shot is about getting around 400 feet or so and then just trying to be underneath those trees in the distance. Pick any shot you want to, stay in bounds. And again, as the first tee shot, it is a little bit nervy just because there is some tight out of bounds. But one thing that's nice about this hole and also this course in general is the grass is pretty grabby, and so you don't have to worry about getting much skips. But one thing to remember again is with the mandatory tree on the left. So just get around that tree, and then you've got this low ceiling shot. Some guys might be able to throw hyzers depending on where they land, but for the most part, you're going to see some low ceiling shots with mid ranges. But it's pretty straightforward par 4 to start the rounds, and one that they're definitely looking to get. And again, as a reminder, this green is super tight. So you're going to hope that this grabby grass holds onto your disc as you're approaching the green.
Starting us off from Charlotte, North Carolina, representing Castoplast and Another Round Disc Golf, your overnight leader, Clay Edwards.
I'm not super familiar with Clay, but he's been playing for a long time and recently sponsored by Castoplast, and I'm excited to see him play. I mean, he's not necessarily the longest throw in the world, but he's just consistent. He's probably consistent around 420 or so, maybe 450 type thrower. Going for this hyzer line on the right side. I believe that's his... I can't remember what he called it, a Groot maybe, or... again, they're all Castoplast discs. So I'm not super familiar with the discs themselves, but
The naming convention's a little interesting.
Yeah,
you can actually see it's starting to sprinkle pretty good here too. So keep that in mind with their with
definitely
their throws and the
some weather that could affect us this round. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah, Charlie Moore shot 10 under in this round, 10 under on this course in the first round, and he's again 15 minutes away from this course, so definitely advantage Charlie as of right now.
God, that's high. Yeah, this really suits his style. His just massive, bulky, vascular arm.
Yeah, dude works out.
In a tie for third place, representing Innova.
And then you got a more traditional disc golfer's physique.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, the classic European golfer, just super silky form, like a really good forehand, and excited to watch him play as well. He shot great on the Texas Army Trail course in the last round and not so great the first round, but well enough to get him to the lead card and into this round. So we'll see if he can correct some mistakes from the first round and make a charge for the win. He's going for that flex line.
Like that inside gap.
Yeah. He did get far enough to be in bounds, but I don't know if he's going to be able to attack the green from there.
14 under par, rounding out your championship Sunday leader card, representing X13 Discs, Andrew Zinck.
Again, Andrew, a Houston local, so he's at least familiar with this course. This is a temporary course they don't have it all the time, but certainly more familiar than the rest, and he's going with a Star Destroyer. It looks like he's going left side here, I think. Yeah.
That's a big old turn.
Probably didn't get quite as much height as he wanted. Probably lost 50 or so feet. That would have been helpful. Yeah, Jakub's got a really tight little hyzer. Try to get to the green. I think that was pretty fortunate. Like, that could have easily kicked to the right out of bounds. Again,
Really?
it's super tight coming into the green. Yeah, I think, I mean, it could have, I mean, hitting the tree, you never know what's going to happen. So I think that it's fortunate he didn't. Andrew going low. No way. He gets all the way through.
I can't believe he got through it. I love it.
And he parks it. Wow. That's got to be like
Amazing throw.
380, maybe 400-foot shot from there.
Yeah, I was going to comment on how that ceiling, it's not low, but that tree right there adds a bit of a barrier that kind of keeps you honest. You have to send it kind of low the way he did, which he just did textbook. It was amazing.
Nice. Clay gets to the circle as well. Charles got a little awkward tree in his run up here.
That's looking
that forehand looks so easy. That's like a 350-foot forehand, and he just
gorgeous.
Like, it looked like he was throwing like 200 feet, and yeah, just parks it.
Ooh.
Jakub,
he'll be able to
yeah,
put
it's
that out.
slow and grabby grass. No worries. Play for his birdie. Yeah, little tester to start the round. Wasn't able to make it fall, but should have 3 good birdie looks here. One from Jakub. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for par. Excuse me. So able to tap in, no problem.
Real tight scores here. Holy cow! Just really seeing it visualized. It is a it is a fight.
Absolutely, and there. I mean, as a reminder from the leaderboard that you probably saw at the beginning of the round is. There's like 3 or 4 others that are also at 14 under. You know,
Chase card's not out.
I mean, there is a genuine possibility that someone from the Chase card could win this event, or someone here. I mean, it's one stroke separating like 7 players. So, plenty of people that are in the mix. On to hole 2, where the drone's flying is probably where probably no one's throwing through this cap. Most people are going to go through the left side with the turnover backhands, maybe forehands. And this little river ditch type situation is out of bounds. So really, if you just get caught up somewhere, you might fall into it. Otherwise, these sand traps on the right and left, those are hazard out of bounds. So you land it and you play where it lies. This is one, having a pretty solid forehand is helpful. Definitely allows you to control your speed into the green better than a turnover backhand. So Charlie's got plenty of forehand power. Expect to see this one on the green somewhere. Yet again,
Picture perfect.
No, it just that's the 370-foot forehand almost. I mean,
yeah, he just looks like it is an approach, but he looks like he's trying the effort of like a 200-foot shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably wants to be a little bit higher up. Yeah, he's flirty with that OB.
Oh,
right
Andrew, right on the edge of the bunker there, stayed in bounds.
Yeah, as someone with no forehand, watching these guys just graceful and smooth and accurate.
I think Clay is primarily a backhand player, but also, as you can see,
that's looking
pretty
good.
solid forehand. There's a nice little 370-foot forehand to 10 feet. It's one of his. I think he throws almost exclusively Castoplast, other than that one destroyer. Said he didn't want to. He couldn't find anything to replace that. Just perfect stability. Jakub a little early.
Ooh, don't go in the OB. That
able to get past it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Edge of circle maybe for Andrew.
He's zoning in. He's getting there.
I also didn't mention this too, but Andrew was, again, this is his first time on coverage. And on that first hole, for him to Charlie just missing just at a circle, but for him to just throw that huge shot to get his birdie on the last hole, such a difficult shot, and his first real shot that he's thrown on the event, on coverage, and he just pipes it. But yeah, it's a nice job from him. nearly makes another putt for birdie. Clearly, the nerves aren't getting to him yet. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
All these guys, heck of a drive. They're by the OB, but
yeah,
they're good.
Well, yeah, Clay and Jakub both able to get birdies. Nice job.
This is a very bad area.
Now on to hole 3, which is a pretty a longer par 4 at 870 feet. Certainly some elevation to play with. You're just looking to throw your first shot and just get as much distance as you can to make the second shot easier. There is out of bounds on the right, and then really nothing to worry about on the left. I mean, well, there's no out of bounds, but plenty to worry about as you can see all the long and thick stuff. So there's something in the short grass, not out of bounds. Hopefully getting around 400 to 450 feet off the tee, which is like right around this hill. And then that gives you, a fairly simple, similar shot into the green. But the green itself is on this massive hill, as you can see. And so it's just hard to control your angle coming into the green. And so the closer you get, the easier it is to throw something that spikes into the green instead of something that's skipping across. So yeah, the big distance off the tee is definitely rewarded here. I believe Clay is going... Shoot, man.
We got to get more Castaplast.
Yeah,
we got to get
exactly.
them more in coverage. We'll be more familiar with the discs. Yeah, if you've got a 600-foot tee shot in your bag, this is the hole to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And no OB, so that'll be fun.
Oh, I know. That's his Alva. It's a Tour Series disc. I just remembered now. Yeah, he just got a Tour Series Alva.
Good for him.
Yeah. Jakub. Nice little flat to hyzer shot. Looks like it's got plenty of distance on it. Yeah, absolutely.
Looks great.
Yeah, almost to the top of the hill. Great angle to the green from there.
Like watching this, you kind of lose scale about how these guys throwing this distance, this smooth, this easy versus regular rec players trying to do the same thing.
Fortunately, we're not filming the regular rec players.
Kind of want to interlace this because look how far he just threw that, and because it's just a big wide open shot, you don't really get a lot of scale for how far that is.
I'll tell you, it's about 450. Yeah,
that is
pretty simple 450.
My God, that looks good.
Andrew
Look at that flip up.
Turned a
Come
little
back,
bit,
come
but
back.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It might have those little trees on the right to continue with in second, but
Not an ideal place. That pesky branch.
yeah, Clay just gonna have to lay up to the bottom of the hill. Gonna throw a shot that we haven't seen yet from that bottom, from the real deep bottom back up to the top of the hill. So it'll be interesting to see how he approaches that one. Charlie, I think they're on that same destroyer, so it's a tee.
This is the tricky shot. This is the hard one.
Yeah, it's just
Because he can approach the basket, but where is he going to land?
right.
And
Oh, right there.
right there.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
At the pin. That works.
Yeah, so these trees on the left side of the screen are, at least they're in his brain a little bit, so he's got to turn it rather than just throwing a hyzer.
Ooh, it's not quite turning
And-
enough.
And yeah, right here, that's when it just if it doesn't get to the ground, then there's just nothing to stop the disc, and gravity's going to take it, and he gets out of bounds. So we'll see. He's getting probably like 50 feet first par.
Well, we've seen crazier putts made. Remember round 1, Logan drilled his shot.
Yeah. Be in a similar spot. Jakub doesn't quite get to the out of bounds, but he'll have a similar putt. Smart from Clay to throw a forehander here to fight against the hillside.
Yeah, he's got to try to get it up to the top. Oh, wow. I didn't even see that
Unfortunate.
branch. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Kind of threw it in the direction of the tree, but it wasn't quite clear how far that branch was back.
Yeah, that hurts. That would have been great otherwise. Branch came out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
Clay's gonna give back a stroke and back to 15 under after that birdie on the second. Never high enough.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Not
sure
what
he
he
would
was
have liked to,
looking for, but-
liked to drill it, but take that for granted. That is a scary, scary shot.
Yeah, Andrew with a nice healthy
You
run.
end up kissing the rim, and then it tumbles right back behind you.
Charlie
Great birdie.
starting off 2 under through 3 and had an opportunity in the second as well to get his birdie. So great start from him. kind of picking up where he left off after the first round. So far, though, impressed with Andrew's game. You know, like he had that, you know, that big birdie on 1, and then, you know, a good opportunity on 2, and then just this 1 second shot on 3. Otherwise, he's been playing very solid for, you know, a guy that's not familiar with the cameras. So, quick look at the leaderboard. Charlie separating a bit, 2 under through the first 3, and otherwise, you know, he's actually separated a little bit from the rest of the field. So, he's in the driver's seat right now. We'll see how the rest of the field continues, but a great start from him.
For sure. We got ourselves a fight in the final round. Love to see it.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun to see in a big A tier. You know, a lot of people in contention for the victory. So on to hole number 4. It's a 400-foot par 3, excuse me. Really, it's just kind of any kind of hyzer you can throw, whether it's going maybe over the trees. We got big power. Most guys are gonna go through this gap on the left. So something straight that just kind of flips up and then fades a bit. Everything to the right of the flag's out of bounds. Also on the left side as well. So just anything on the short grass is good. This one is one they're looking to get, but not always. It's by no means a gimme.
Yeah, it could be touchy. Those trees on the right, you gotta bring it inside, just like Charlie managed to do.
Like 40 long.
Whoa, oh my God!
Yeah, too perfect. Yeah, he's gonna be outside the circle probably.
Crazy. He knows how far he was off the basket, considering he doesn't see the basket. He just felt it and knew.
Definitely a blind shot, and just kind of knew a little too high, too much speed.
That could be good. I don't know how juiced it is. That's not bad
Looks
at all.
perfect,
That's really good.
3-footer.
Good on you, man.
Jakub's going to be 200 through 4. I think I just said Jakub, so
I'm sure he's heard worse here in his time in the
stupid
States.
American.
Yeah, the fact that you got the yeah right is probably a victory in and of itself. And that's an incredible shot, too.
Clay. Yeah. Clay being from Charlotte, definitely familiar with like these, you know, tight woodsy shots. So
really high. Is it going to stick? That's work. That'll work. He's good.
4 really nice shots. Charlie, you know,
did
a great shot as well, just a bit past, but otherwise, you know, really nice from our lead card.
Woo, that was close.
Nice shot, Charlie. Good effort. Great birdie. Andrew's showing why he's in the lead card, you know. He's, again, starting off strong. Clay getting a stroke back there after the bogey in the last one. And just like that, you know, on the last hole, we talked about the separation that was happening and the entire card getting birdies to bring it back to, you know, make it interesting again. So on to hole 5. You saw it in the first round. Really, this you choose either side, left or right side, but really this hole is about the green. Everything from here is just, you know, you're looking to just get down the fairway, but the green itself is the challenge. You're throwing a shot, probably a fairway driver, maybe a mid-range depending on it, but you're probably looking to throw something that's skipping so it slows down as it hits the ground, because the green behind is a big slope. And the OB down the hill as well. So if you have any angle, any speed coming in the green, you're probably out of bounds. So guys are going to be looking to throw 20 to 30 short and just make a putt. If they get closer than that, they're happy with it. Otherwise, they're just trying to make a putt on this green. It's very treacherous basket. Just a mean location.
It really is. It's like, which door do you choose? And
Jakub's
a little inside.
Yeah, going left.
And he's right up on the thing. There is no OB, so he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, OB over the fence, but he'll just have to take that off the fence a little bit and have a tricky putt.
That'll work.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think that's you know, he would love to have 15 extra feet, but at the cost of potentially going down the hill, he's happy with that. Andrew looking good. Yeah,
right about the
similar
same
spot. I mean, those putts are scary, but
they really are.
At least
they've
given themselves an option. You know, they give themselves the opportunity to go for it.
You got Charlie going the route less traveled. Oh, low.
Yeah. Didn't quite get the height. And this one can get away from you too.
Ooh, there's a chance he could have drilled that.
Yeah, just, I mean, if that hit the ground like 3 foot farther, it's up on edge and rolling down the hill. So nice touch.
Yeah, we got
Here's Jakub from like,
taking his relief.
I don't know, 40 feet, maybe 35.
Yeah.
And but the good thing is that he's kind of putting away from the big hill. So this is a putt he can run.
Like that?
just centers it. Huge birdie. Continuing his great start, 3 under through the first 5, and all of a sudden he's tied for the lead. We know Charlie's got to tap in, so yeah, Jakub with a great start.
Oh,
Andrew,
that stinks.
nice putt. It fully committed to hitting the band.
Yeah, that looked great. I would have bet on it.
There you go.
Nice putt.
Also committed putt. Nice job, Clay.
That's what you got to do. Is like you just once you get to that point, you just believe in your putt. It doesn't matter if there's a 20-foot drop off right behind it. It doesn't exist. Your disc is going
For
in the
sure.
basket. So good on these guys.
There's no OB in the basket, right? Yeah. Easiest way to not go out of bounds is just to put it in the bottom of the bucket.
There you go. We say that as we're the ones behind a mic right now. We're not throwing the discs.
On to hole number 6. Really tight gap off the tee. This little tree on the right comes into play, and then this little tree on the left. You know, you're just trying to find something through the gap. No OB on the right side, but plenty of thick rough. Honestly, so thick that even if you hit something, you're probably not going to go into it too far because it is jungle. Really, the OB on the left comes into play more often because people are looking to get a lot of distance, and so they might turn over their forehands or their backhand is not quite committed enough. Otherwise, the green is fairly open. There is OB on the left side, but really it's all about the tee shot. The more distance you get on the tee shot makes the second shot easier. So if you can get around 350 to 400 on this uphill shot, then you're going to be in great shape. Otherwise, the second shot is going to be much harder making it around the corner. Jakub's got plenty of forehand power. Just has to make sure to make the corner.
Ooh, I like stopping himself, getting his head back, whatever
Yep.
ritual he has, and that needs to come back.
Yeah, it's fading a little late.
Oh, that hurts.
A similar result to Logan from the first round.
He's like
yeah, he'll
2
be.
feet off OB. That stinks. Oh
That
my
little
God.
tree, it took off enough speed where he may have skipped back into bounds.
Oh no, you come back too.
Clay's similar.
He's in. He's
just
good.
fine. Yeah, he'll be just fine, and he'll have a good,
Actually, good
close enough to the
position.
out of bounds.
Yeah.
He'll have a good opportunity to go for the birdie from there.
Oh man.
Oh, unfortunate. Honestly, like
That would've
just
been
one.
great.
I mean, it was a little high. It was definitely high, but one little branch.
That's gonna be good if it doesn't go in too deep. Nope, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah,
Maybe a
Charlie
little-
never
maybe a little more
even.
outside.
That's the thing. But whenever you got Charlie's forehand power, you don't even have to worry about flexing it. You can just throw a straight hyzer and never worry about the out of bounds. Andrew is totally out of position. Just going to be looking for you to get a par here. Great
Good
recovery shot.
though. Yeah, that looks great.
No problem. Like 200 feet to the basket.
Ooh, sit.
Yeah, Clay's showing off his forehand.
Very nice.
This is for Jakub to save par. Looks okay.
That can work. Oh, skipped right into the
Yeah,
big bush.
He's gonna have a tricky putt. Charlie might have liked to have been a little left of this just to have a easier up, but
Yeah, I mean, he's got this, though. He's got a good, strong forehand. Oh, he's right at the
and that
tip,
was actually
right
a
at the edge
zone, which is, I mean, Charlie's got plenty of power, so I'm not doubting the disc selection, but also just shows how much power he has, where he threw that uphill 350, 380 foot forehand, and then it has a zone into the green.
Bit low.
Unable to get, just that unfortunate lie. Jakub in a similar spot.
I like that he runs it, though.
Yeah, fully committed. Ooh, yeah. Another great run from Clay as well.
There you go.
Great comebacker. Jakub started off strong with 3 under, and just that one out of bounds stroke. It wasn't far off. Very easily could have turned into, a birdie there if it stays in bounds, but drops a stroke.
Oh,
Ooh, first real miscue from Andrew, about 18 feet or so.
good putt.
Solid putt from Clay. I also just remembered that disc from earlier, Clay.
The orange one. We'll get there.
It's Gould. A Gould. That's what it was.
Gould,
I was
got it.
sitting here just like you just rummaging through my brain. It's like Gould. anyways. Okay. Through 6 holes. Seth Talbot with this fire round 5 under through 6, putting himself into the mix as well. But otherwise, we are really tight at the top. Lots of guys within 3 or 4 strokes. On this course, there's plenty of opportunity to gain strokes. Lots of out of bounds. Lots of scoring separation on this course. And also, shout out to Silas Williams as well, 4 under through 6. He's making himself a run at the title as well. So on to hole 7. This is one of the easiest holes on the course. It is just kind of a turnover backhand, staying left of this tree with something flippy or something stable-ish that kind of pans back, but definitely one they're looking to get a putt on, hopefully getting a birdie as well. Most of the field getting birdie in this hole. Interesting to see Clay go forehand here. I mean, he's
Another branch.
Again out of Charlotte. Like, this is a classic backhand turnover in my opinion. I understand Charlie's.
The man likes his
Charlie.
forehand.
Absolutely. I mean, oh wow, and nearly just dunks it. But yeah, I mean, Charlie's smooth forehand, it makes sense for him. But I think Clay, being from my probably ignorant perspective, being the backhand specialist, and maybe he's not.
That can be
Jakub,
good.
Super smooth as well.
That can be very good. That is great.
Yeah.
His forehand looks interesting. I think I'm keeping my eyes on his grip.
Yeah, it is interesting. This is Andrew Hex. Nice angle, nice turn, a little high maybe, but you'll still have a look. It was great shape though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, selfishly, I just hate when branches grab the disc. I'm like, I want to see the flight. Looks good.
Yeah, Andrew got to around circle's edge here. See if he can knock one down. A little short.
Hitting high, hitting low. Man, he's got a 0 win. He can do this.
Yeah. Ooh,
Speaking
Charlie.
of low.
Yeah, a little low. And Charlie is like a pitch putter, right? And we talked about this in the last round. And I think that's probably a common miss for him, is just not getting the height out of his hand. And because I think that he probably is oftentimes hitting directly on the pole, regardless high or low. And so I think that's kind of just a symptom of the style of putt. But One he wants back, but he's still, I mean, no harm, no foul. We're still tied at the top at 17 under. Plenty of golf to play. Moving on to the par 5, hole number 8. This one also is one of the easier holes in the course. Really, this tree on the right is around 400, maybe 450 from the tee. So you're looking to get anything around here is going to put you in a great shape for the second shot. The second shot, you can go through this gap of the trees in the middle. Most guys are going to throw hyzers out over the right side, maybe flex backhands over the top. I mean, honestly, this little gap shot kind of depends on where you land, what your second shot looks like. But same thing, you're just looking to get around 400 feet or so, and then that'll leave you with around 300 feet into the screen. It's fairly open. There is out of bounds on both sides. It's fairly generous, so you're not really, doesn't come into play a whole lot. But guys that can throw 450, potentially 500 feet, this is just easy pickings for the most part. That was a fairly flippy disc because he definitely released that early. But again, the OB is pretty generous. He got plenty of distance off the tee.
Yeah, this first shot basically is just how much distance can you get. Whether you land left or right, it's a little less important.
Yeah, this basically, like, they could have put 4 tee pads right here and called it the driving range for the course because, there's really nothing in the way. Just, like, show off your stuff. Right next to a playground, so like all the kids are like, whoa.
Yeah, time to flex, exactly.
Huge. Yeah, I mean, that's about, like, that hill is like 570 away. So, like, Charlie showing off elite distance there.
For sure. My goodness. Here we go. Andrew goes a bit wider.
Yeah, gets some good turn on it, too. Andrew also, yeah, that's huge. That's around 500 feet.
Wow.
Andrew's form is so interesting. Like, it doesn't seem like he's getting quite the same, like, energy off the disc as, like, someone like Charlie, but I think he's just getting so much spin on the disc.
You saw a bit of, splash there.
Yeah.
Like I said, it has been raining off and on. The day before, or round 1 for sure, it downpoured. Like, they canceled the FPO card.
Yeah, and
so you see
this course doesn't really drain very well. So
yeah,
plenty of little puddles all around the course, and Clay's going to have to deal with that in a second. Jakub with a big forehand puts him in good position. Now let's see Andrew. Honestly, with his distance, like, it's not impossible.
Look at that flight.
It's huge. Like, genuinely, he's like 100 feet from the basket. I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew, like, maybe 200 feet or so. Like, so he's got, he probably went 500 feet, 450 on this hole so far, really showing his distance. Charlie I don't think he got quite the height he wanted. Because I think from where he was, too, he definitely could have been looking at an eagle. But it should be a fairly routine up and down. And here is Clay's
really
Gould.
Good.
It's the Gould. Okay,
There's
everybody.
the Gould. Gould got him in the circle, and we're good.
Yeah. Clay's got like 30 feet.
That's great.
That'll work. Easy tap in for Jakub.
His approach game is insane.
Yeah, he hasn't really had to work very hard for any of his birdies.
And
Charlie, same thing.
Look at that.
Yeah, and you're seeing why this whole
technique.
Yeah, he's got like he really like keeps his elbow or his wrist up.
It doesn't look like he uses a lot of his lower body, but I mean, look at his distance.
Sure. But yeah, you're seeing why this hole is one of the easiest ones on the course. Clay,
a bit high,
right on line. But yeah, really no OB to contend with, and the main challenge of this hole is the distance. But when you're throwing 450 to 500 feet, then it just makes that third shot so much easier. Yeah. Great birdie from Andrew. Still holding strong. Like, he's had a few blemishes, but he's definitely still in contention here. Yeah, when you're throwing 500 feet, and they can do it, and if there's really no obstacles in their way, then it's just a matter of you're rewarded for your distance on this hole, I guess is what I'll say. if you got that elite distance, then this hole is, again, easy pickings.
Yeah, I believe the only par 5 on this course, correct?
Yeah, on the course, yeah. Only par 5 in the tournament because, Texas Orange Shell being so wooded, so yeah. But nice work from our card, a couple birdies. On to hole 9, which is one of the toughest holes in the course. OB both left and right. No more than 30 feet from the basket on the left and the right side, so it's a low ceiling shot. You could throw some forehands, but you're going to end up with some problem with the skip. Backhand is more wooded. You can see these late trees on the right side, so it really is just a matter of risk reward, what kind of shot you're willing to throw and how close you're willing to get to the basket, because it does tighten up the closer you get. Jakub going with this right side backhand line. I believe that's one of his eagles.
That branch completely messed up the trajectory, and it's in the water. It's inbound?
Yeah.
No. OB,
just barely out of bounds.
It didn't get the distance he wanted, and it's OB. Yeah, and that's the opposite problem. Real low.
Yeah, it looked like it was turned a little bit too, so it may have been fortunate that he kind of misreleased that one. Andrew going something really overstable. I like this play because I think that if he gets that skip, it's going to be slowing down so much. So I like the kind of force over line. Interesting play from Andrew. Play that needs to slow down.
Oh yeah, needs to fade a bit or turn a bit.
Yeah, really just right out of his hand, headed towards the out of bound, just depending on how understable that disc was. But he'll have like a 30-footer to save his par.
Yeah, you're not lying about the difficulty of this hole. I mean, you got a relatively low ceiling, and it's just super tight. And the weather doesn't help, so there's water everywhere.
Well, that's the thing I was mentioning in like the first round is like this, it is a former golf course that's kind of been converted into a disc golf course.
No, stay in bounds.
Oh my goodness. Andrew just barely leaks out of bounds.
That hurts.
A good run. I'm looking at bogey now, but Jakub tapping and getting up close so we can tap in his par. His bogey, excuse me.
Good putt.
Yeah, great par from Clay. Barely out of bounds, but able to capitalize and get his par.
Another good putt.
Yeah, nice putt from Andrew for his bogey. But yeah, I mean, like when you think about it, like this, just the shot that's required is a very, very like a similar shot to what you would get at a woods course. It's just that instead of being punished by scrambling in the woods, you're punished by out of bounds. But it's this course visually is fairly open, but the shots required are very similar to wooded, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. For sure, and that's the front 9 of the final round.
Yeah, and still plenty of people making a charge for the win. As you can see, Silas Williams with a nice round of 6 under through 9. Same thing for Seth Talbot. So we've got 7 guys all within 2 strokes of the lead. Plenty of players. This tournament is getting more exciting by the moment. GT Hancock also able to kind of correct. He's at 2 under. Still there. Mason Ford at 3 under. Plenty of guys that can make a charge for this tournament. So back 9 is going to be interesting.
For sure. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the front 9 of the final round of the 30th Annual Texas State Disc Golf Championships. Be sure to check out the back 9 that'll be dropping as well. And thank you guys very much for supporting the channel, supporting our work. So make sure if you want to help us out more, you can follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube, do all the good things, all the good social media stuff. And if you'd like to be a broadcast sponsor, you can contact us in our link tree. And we'll see you guys for the back 9 of the final round.